How's it going, everybody? I've got the Flame King 20,000 BTU unit here. This is the one that has the fan across the top. You can see the red switch on the top. I'm going to show you a hack on this unit here today that allows you to use batteries or a USB charging cable to power it. As you can see, I already have the mod done on this unit. So you're going to be able to use a portable charger, just a really simple one like this. Or you can use the USB cable to go into a power box or any other USB port. I will link everything down in the description below, so if you want the specific power pack that fits really nicely in there on the Velcro so the door shuts, that'll all be linked below along with this cable. The benefit of doing this mod is you no longer need to eat up your D batteries. Now you can throw this in there, let it run the whole day, charge it overnight, put it back in, and you're good for a whole nother day using this. All right, so to get started, what we need to do is we need to start the disassembly process. The first thing we're going to do is push down on the tab on the back, and you're going to be able to pull the plastic part off. So the first thing that we need to do is take the screws out. So the screws that you're going to take out is these two screws here. There's two more screws down here. And then if we tilt it forward, we can see there's another screw right here near the top. And on the bottom, you have two screws as well. Now that we've got all of the screws removed, what we're going to do is pull on the plastic piece, and it should come straight off of the back. Be careful not to let go of the unit as you've removed the two back feet. Now that we have the back of the unit off, where we see the power cable would normally go if you were to buy a wall power cord for this, behind it, we can now see where those wires are and what they used to be. We've got a black wire, a white wire, and a green wire. As you can see, I've already clipped them. What you're gonna do is clip them just enough in case you ever want to reattach them. I left a little bit of a tail end there, but you can really clip it closer if you'd like. But I just clipped those. They're dead wires once they're just sitting there like that. So clip these wires, and then you'll have the loose wire ends. The next thing that you're going to want to do is on the side where the batteries go, is you're going to want to push down on the tab over here, and you're going to want to take this door off. And now what you're going to want to do is pull this plastic part out so you can get to the wires behind the unit. So the screws that you're going to need to remove are two screws, one here and one here, and a third screw that's on the bottom of the unit right here. Once you've removed those screws, you should be able to easily pull the bottom of this plastic piece away, not doing it too hard where you break the top, but pull it away so that you can access the wires that are right in here. So you've got your black wire here, you've got your green wire that actually goes into a white insulation, and then you've got your white wire. What these wires are, your black is your negative, and your green and your white are positive. The green and white, one goes to the jack, the other goes to the batteries. The reason why you want to attach the green and the white together to your new lead is so that way the battery access still works for you. So since this heater runs off of 6-volt DC, what I did is I purchased a USB cable that in the end here actually converts it from 5 volts, which is the normal amount of voltage you get out of a USB cord, and it converts it to 6 volts. All that I did with this cable is I cut off the adapter end because it didn't fit. And then what you'll see here is inside of the USB cable, you have a red and you have a black wire. I stripped both of those. Connecting to the red wire is the white and the green that you cut off from the back of the jack over here. And then the black and the black go together. So what I did here is I stripped both of these. I stripped all 3 of these. I twisted them together. I soldered them together. And then I put some heat shrink over them. They're going to be in a waterproof area, but probably wrap some electrical tape around them, put a wire nut over it. Once you're done terminating the ends on your wires and getting them hooked up, you want to push behind this plate right here, your wires, so that they're going to be protected. And then what I did is I routed, as you can see, the USB cord up through the side of the unit, and then the wire comes up through the back of this plastic above where the battery door is, and then it comes down. If you don't want to purchase a special USB cable, you can use anything you got just laying around the house. Cut off the end that is not the USB end, strip the wires, and you can do the same thing. The fan will not run quite as high, as that's only a 5-volt cable, whereas this is 6 volts. And now what we'll do before we jump to the rest of this is reassemble it. So we'll go ahead and put the screws back in on this side and on the back, just the opposite of how we disassembled it. So now that we have all the screws back in, you can see where we did all of our wire work is fully covered, so we don't need to worry about water or elements getting to it. It's up inside of there and protected. Here's again what it looks like from the bottom of the unit. You can see the wires that were cut, but that's about it. Now if we go back to the side of the unit where we now have our USB cable, what I do is I will tuck it up in here, and then I just found a small USB charging portable pack that has a USB port on the top. It's got a charging port on the bottom, and I put a little piece of Velcro here and a piece of Velcro here. So what I can do is just plug the USB cable in, put it on the Velcro, make sure it's going, and I got fan. And still allows for the door to go right back on it. And then if you take it back off, it's still sitting there. The nice thing about the Velcro is it prevents it from wobbling and swinging around as you're carrying it. The nice thing about this is if you ever wanted to, is you could just take this USB cord now and you can plug it into a power box and power it that way if you don't want to bring one of these with. And the reason why we wired those 3 wires to the 2 that we did is these batteries will still work. So if you decide, I don't want to use USB, I want to just use D batteries, you can still use D batteries and operate the fan. You have both options now available to you. So please hit the like button if the video helped you out, and consider checking out one of these other recommended videos on the screen. And until next time, take it easy.